how we get from control 1 to mount. Seems easy enough. I'm here. Okay. And if when I switch from control 1, I need to switch to 4. I haven't taught you 4 yet. Sorry about way of doing things, but we'll get into a lot more detail of pressures and stuff from there. But basically, control 4 is when I switch to reverse scarf hold or twister side control. When I switch to here, and I'm mounting. It looks easy enough. Okay, please don't do that to me, bro. This is probably when you mess up. So again, from 1, he switches to like reverse scarf hold, and then he's just going to step over. Nice. Okay, just take a bigger step. The first thing we need to be looking at, here go again, bro, is where this arm is, my right arm. So where's our camera? Let's just turn around this side. Possibly come around this side, guys. Okay. If my stay on one, bro. If my elbow's tucked in here, okay, to my body, the second Marty switches to control 4. See when my elbow's inside, and as he goes to mount, so the first thing we need to be thinking about is killing that inside arm, or creating an open elbow with the inside arm. So from 1, okay, I'm in my position, putting pressure on him, driving. I'm going to switch to 4. So I always want to have something blocking off this hip. I have my hand, my knee, or my hip. This time I'm going to use my knee. But as I move to 4, I want to get this elbow away from my body. I'll show you next time. There is a way, a more advanced way of mounting. If I can't get rid of this, but just at beginner's level, we want to just keep it easy. So I want to get an open elbow. So I can use my hip. I'll just walk my hip forward, and then I'll walk that out. So Marty's elbow's kind of out to the side here. That makes sense. Now from this position, I'll be pulling these knees down. Okay. I also have to be aware, like we talked about in control 1, the escape. He's not going to stay here. His main escape is to win the underhook on this arm and basically bridge into me. Okay. So I have to be thinking about the controls of this position. So when my knee is in the hip, okay, my hip is off the mat, and my right foot is like a kickstand. So anytime he bridges into me, I can ride that movement. Also look at the angle of my shoulders. Okay? If my shoulders are square with Matty's and he bridges, he's going to take me over. So I kind of want to be like at 45 degrees with my head down. Now, when I pull the knees down, obviously the best time to mount is when he bridges. Bridge. And I'm into the mount. Why? Because when he's bridging, his feet are on the mat. And he's not doing, put your foot down, he's not doing this, right, which makes it more difficult for me to mount. Or he's really sneaky. A lot of people, what they'll do is, they'll drop their legs flat and they'll coax the guy into mounting. Right? And when the guy takes that step over, they'll lift this leg up and then he's caught me in half guard. And we don't want to get into that battle either. Okay, so from here, when I'm in my control 4 position, what I want to do is, obviously the best time to mount is when he's bridging, but let's just say he's not bridging. I need to be aware of where these knees are. Okay, so let's just say he has this here. Okay, what I don't want to do is step over with my knee first. Okay? I always want to lead with my leg. So foot comes first, all the way up, and then I'm into my position. Okay. And again, even if he's doing that sneaky one where he just drops his legs, but hey, can you lift your legs for your leg up there, bro? That's awful, hey. I can get my leg over. I have an answer for that too. So from there, as I swing my leg over, I want to be keeping it. Can I swing it up there, bro? I want to be keeping it as high as possible. I'm surprised you got it that high. So that's one option, okay? I always want to lead with the foot. Okay? So, from 1, main thing is, when I switch to 4, I kill this elbow. So I walk it all the way up. My knees in the hip, my hips aren't on the mat, so I'm off the mat putting pressure on them, and I have this as a kickstand. Okay? And then when I mount, I want to use my foot first, not my knee. And when my foot comes over, I clamp the hip, my knee's clamping, and then I just cut an angle. And I'm into my mounted position. Okay? Sometimes you get people with a really high knee lift, so they keep their knees really tucked to their chest. So sometimes you feel that you just cannot come over even with that method. Another way in is, keep your knees high. There's always a space here. So from control 2 or 4, okay, all I'll do is I'll just grab my foot and I bring it through the space. And I'm in my position as well. Okay, so that just gives you a few options from our position. Let's go back to 1. 1 here. Let's switch to 4. Okay, killing the hip of my knee. Walking back, making sure he's got an open elbow. My hips are off the mat. I have the kickstand, and then I'm just bringing my leg all the way over. And I'll sprawl out. Okay. I'll just use it. Alright. We'll cover 4 in another week, but just from here I can't mount until I switch to that position. Okay. Then I'll walk that hip back. More than likely, this is always going to be having the underhook. Best time when he bridges, just bridge, and I ride the movement. That's always the best time to mount, because his feet are on the mat and they're not making high lifts. But again, sometimes if he'll drop this leg and this leg will come up. If that's the case, that's why I don't want to come over knee first, or I need to call in a half guard. So I'll always want to kick this way over. Or if he's got a really high knee lift, I'll just put this one down and bring this one up. A lot of people do this, and I feel I just can't get over that. Sometimes you can just grab the foot, bring it through the space. Okay, so let's play with that, guys. Yeah.